In front of us, we have the two pictures that we have retouched in this segment, and I'm truly happy with the way it turned out. With all the small little humps and what was supposed to be a really simple photograph became a lot of compositing, a lot of retouch, but also a lot of lessons learned. So a little bit more difficult, but again, I'm super happy with the result, and hopefully you learned something from all the mistakes and all the troubles that I came to be encountering in these two photographs. So for the assignment of this photograph, I want you to think of four things. The first is what your story is. This, in a lot of ways, is a color story. So is it warmer, brighter? Is it cooler or darker? What kind of effect, what kind of flavor, what kind of tone do you want to set to the story that you want to create within this background? So think about first what you want to say or what you want to tell, and then pick one of these two backgrounds. Is it moodier or is it brighter? And then photograph your composite element. This would be the second. Find what that story is. Number two, photograph the person. Try to do it at the same time. This can be done in any open shade, almost, but it has more of a shape to it if you shoot this right as the sun goes down or after, or in this case, right before the sun comes up, or right after it has come up. So just as you see here, it hit the top of the mountains. So find your story and then shoot your story. It's simple here. You can have anything, any story that requires someone to stand at the edge of a cliff. And that is so metaphorical for a lot of things and can be adventurous. So just dive in, find your element and go and photograph it. The light quality you have, the distances and stuff will provide you with. As you go out and shoot this, it should be very simple. In some ways, it's similar to the car crash where you have the girl in the water. In this case, you would seek out a similar surface, rocky, sandy, stony, and that will make the composite piece so much easier that we don't really just cut out the legs and put it on there, but we actually blend the areas around. And it's a big part to my compositing to not cut out legs, to not create fake shadows. It never really looks quite right that way. Sometimes it does look almost perfect, but it's almost a little sort of something that you would notice. This way, it's way easier to do your composite. So find the right texture of the ground, put someone there, no light, no reflectors, nothing really, but for the time of day and the color of the light you want to accomplish. The third thing to this is the sky. I really want you to focus on the skies for this because the skies here is a little bit trickier. We're going to give you another example in the final retouch that we're going to start on next, where we're going to put the sky matching a sun, but here it's a little bit more subtle. There's no sun on one, the sun is briefly up on the other, so it's a little bit more delicate in how you add your skies. As I mentioned in the blue image, I had a tough time there finding the right sky, and some of the ones I liked were too busy for the landscape with the person in it. It worked beautifully just as a background play, just as a landscape that's beautiful to look at, but as soon as we put the person in, it took away from the person. It was just too much going on. So keep that in mind. Try to find the right sky for these two photographs, or go and shoot something on your own in this time of day and see how, as the time of day changes, how your sky changes with them. This is the last thing that I wanted to mention and bring up as an assignment in this, because this is really not about compositing as much. I made it that, but it's truly not. This is really about understanding the way that the sun changes throughout the morning and how it changes color with it. We wanted to really focus on color in this tutorial, and this set really shows the difference in the different color palettes that you can choose as you create your photographs. So the last assignment would be to go out and shoot a landscape, and not just shoot it at one time, but shoot it through the time that we have these different light qualities. So blue before the sun comes up, really warm, warmer, and then into neutral as the sun sort of rises and comes first onto the mountains or whatever landscape you have, and then comes higher so that it shoots right down on you. It's a really brilliant assignment to go out and shoot this and then come back and look at it like we did when we started this assignment. Just see frame to frame to frame to frame how the color really changes. Don't change the settings on your camera. Do not use the auto white balance. Just see how light changes the color and the story that you're shooting by letting the time do its work. So that's the fourth assignment. I hope this will be amazing. I hope to see some of this work. We are going to get on these podcasts together, so I hope that I get to see what you do for this. Truly, truly excited. This is an open-ended story. Just dive in there and make it yours. Good luck.